Can I say to you, Eamon, that I think the word donkey is terrible when you're coming to talk about players who are playing at the very top level of international and club football. Like Higuain has played in the World Cup final. He's first pick for Argentina. He's done his stuff at Napoli. He's doing it at Juventus. And that's not very fair. And you called Kadira a donkey the other night as well.
Yeah, and I'd add Mandzukic.
It's one of his favourite words,
yeah,
Liam.
and Pjanic. I think it's a terrible word, Eamon, and I think you should desist from using it.
Okay.
If they're donkeys, well, you know.
Well, I was a little greyhound.
What were the players like at Millwall? You know?
No, I just like to make one point. I didn't mention Pjanic. I said he was quite ordinary. Mandzukic, Higuain, for me, are donkeys. And Higuain was also at Real Madrid. You omitted that part of his CV. And the advantage I have over you two guys is I don't have a social life. So I watch Spanish football all the time at night, Saturday nights when ordinary people...
Are you dragging me into it now?
Well, you don't...
I never objected to commenting. I'm used to you doing
I mean, they look like... I mean, Mandzukic... I'm going to challenge Liam on this now. Mandzukic, Liam... In the tie against Barcelona, played left side of midfield. It was Allegri, the coach. It was tactical genius because he did a job, didn't he? But he's actually a centre forward.
Absolutely did it.
He's a centre forward,
but he did a job for the team. I mean, he stopped Roberto getting down that right, and they love to attack with their fullbacks, Barcelona, and he worked his socks off up and down. And I think actually, you know, he did some good things as well in a forward sense. So, and he can chip in with a goal. If you look at his record in the league and probably in the Champions League, he has had some very important goals for Juventus. So, to call him a donkey when he's playing at the very highest level of football, and a lot of people have paid a lot of money for him. People who are running top clubs. I think he was at Bayern Munich as well.
Yeah.
Wow, it's some description of a top player.
Well, can I tell you, and I think this might be the clinching argument, having played for Millwall, Reading, Charlton, and a few other duff clubs with donkeys, nobody is in a better position to identify a donkey than me. And I would stick by my guns. I'm going to go to the senior analyst, John, Mandzukic and Higuain.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't describe them as donkeys, Eamon. I never would describe any player as a donkey.
But donkeys are good things. I mean, donkeys are part of our...
Now, you're trying to make it... You're trying to say it's a compliment now, is it, to call them that?
Donkeys...
And I would have to say in Liam's case as well, I mean, you mentioned the clubs that you played with. They weren't playing in the Champions League final. And those players, if they were donkeys at that level, I think it can be understandable. But I would agree with Liam. I think if you're playing at that highest level, okay, they mightn't be as good as Messi and all of it, but they're still very, very useful players. And if you're playing at the highest level, then you're going to be judged at the highest level. But it takes a lot to get to the highest level.
All right, then, Liam, I will go for therapy. I go and see a psychotherapist. I think we have one on the panel. I think we have one on the panel, actually. And I'll try to get this out of my book.
Yeah, I think... Yeah.
I'll try to get this out of my vocabulary. Would that be
your makeup, Eamon? Your makeup.
Yeah, I have an unfortunate disposition, and I'm very, very grateful to you, Liam, for pointing it out so publicly. That you find it so hard to sit beside me.